He had a corner office, a luxury car, and a life others envied. But every night he lay awake, feeling empty. Until one quiet moment rewrote his entire story. Ethan Carter had everything. At 34, he was a rising star at a top marketing firm. His penthouse overlooked the city skyline, his wardrobe was designer, and his social media screamed success. To the world, he was living the dream. But inside, Ethan was unraveling. No matter how many promotions he earned, how many likes his post got, or how many zeros piled up in his bank account, he felt a gnawing void. Something was always missing. Every morning, Ethan woke up chasing more clients, more deals, more recognition. He worked 14-hour days, fueled by coffee and ambition. His phone buzzed constantly, emails, meetings, deadlines. He told himself, just one more win, and I'll be happy. But each milestone only left him hungrier, more restless. The raises didn't fill the emptiness. The applause faded too quickly. He compared himself to colleagues with bigger offices, friends with flashier lives. Why don't I feel enough, he wondered, staring at his reflection in the glass walls of his skyscraper office. The chase took its toll. Ethan's temper grew short. He snapped at his team, ignored his parents' calls, and canceled dinners with his girlfriend, Mia. I'm busy building our future, he'd say, but Mia's patient smiles turned to quiet sighs. One night she packed a bag and left a note. I love you, but I can't keep waiting for you to show up. Ethan read it, felt a pang, but buried it under another late-night spreadsheet. Relationships could wait, success couldn't. His body started to break under the pressure. Sleepless nights became migraines. His chest tightened during meetings. He ignored it, popping painkillers like candy. I'm fine, he told himself. But deep down, he knew he was burning out. The world saw a winner. Ethan felt like a fraud. One rainy Saturday, everything changed. Ethan's boss sent him to a small town to meet a potential client, a family-run bakery struggling to stay afloat. Annoyed at the pointless trip, Ethan drove 3 hours, rehearsing his pitch. He arrived at a modest shop, its faded sign reading Sunrise Bakes. Inside, the air smelled of warm bread and cinnamon. A woman in her 50s, Maria, greeted him with a smile that felt like sunlight. Her husband, Paolo, offered him coffee, and their teenage daughter, Leela, hummed while decorating cupcakes. Ethan pitched his marketing plan: social media campaigns, flashy ads, expansion ideas. Maria listened politely, then shook her head. We don't want to be big, she said. We just want to keep baking for our neighbors. Ethan was stunned. Why wouldn't they want more? He pressed, but Maria's eyes sparkled with calm certainty. We have enough, she said. This shop, our family, our customers' smiles, that's our wealth. Over lunch, fresh bread and soup served on a chipped table. Ethan watched the family. They laughed easily, shared stories, teased each other. Lila showed him a photo album. Birthdays, community events, customers hugging Maria. The bakery wasn't just a business, it was their heart. Ethan felt something stir, a pang of longing. Their life was simple, yet they glowed with a joy he hadn't felt in years. Driving home, Ethan's chest tightened again, worse this time. He pulled over, gasping, fearing a heart attack. At the hospital, the doctor's words were blunt. Stress is killing you. Slow down, or you won't make it to 40. Alone in the sterile room, Ethan broke. Tears fell as he realized he'd been running toward nothing. The money, the status, the endless chase, it hadn't brought him peace. He thought of Maria's words, we have enough. For the first time, he wondered what enough meant. The next morning, Ethan didn't check his email. Instead, he called his parents. His mom's voice cracked with joy. He hadn't called in months. He apologized, and they talked for hours, reminiscing about childhood picnics and quiet evenings. Ethan felt a warmth he'd forgotten. He texted Mia, asking to meet. She hesitated but agreed. Over coffee, he didn't make excuses. I was wrong, he said. I lost sight of what matters. Mia's eyes softened, and though trust would take time, she stayed. Ethan started small. Each morning, he wrote 3 things he was grateful for: the sunrise, his health, a kind word from a friend. At first, it felt forced, but slowly, it reshaped his lens. He noticed the way sunlight danced on his balcony, the laughter of coworkers, the comfort of a home-cooked meal. Work became less about climbing and more about creating. He mentored a young colleague, finding joy in her growth. He took weekends off, walked in the park, and called Mia just to talk. Life felt lighter, not because he had more, but because he saw more. One evening, Ethan visited Sunrise Bakes again. He brought a thank you note from Maria and her family. As they shared tea, Lila asked, "Are you happy now?" Ethan paused, then smiled. "I'm learning how." He wasn't perfect. Some days the old hunger crept back. But he was different. He no longer measured his worth by his bank account or job title. Happiness wasn't in the next big thing. It was in the small, quiet moments he'd once overlooked. Ethan's story isn't about quitting the race or abandoning ambition. It's about redefining success. He still works hard, but now he knows joy doesn't come from having more. It comes from appreciating what's already there. A warm meal, a loved one's voice, a moment of stillness. These are the treasures that fill the heart. You don't need more to be happy. You need to see more in what you already have.